Hey guys, welcome back to the baby vlog. It's been a while. It's been about 7 weeks, I think, since my last update, and a lot has happened. And I'm gonna go through the doctor's appointments that I've had, how I've been feeling, other stuff that's been going on, and a couple of things that we've bought so far for the baby. Back on February 12th, I woke up and I wasn't feeling great, and I panicked because I hadn't really been like sick since I had been pregnant, besides like food aversion, kind of like stomach sick, but I was like actually sick and I panicked. So I called my OB's office immediately because it's interesting. Normally when I'm sick, I'm like, urgent care. I have to go to urgent care right now. And I didn't even think of me. I just thought of the baby because I'm like, I don't know what that means for the baby if I'm sick. So I panicked and I called my OB's office and they got me right in. And I saw a doctor that I had never seen before, but he was super amazing. His name is Dr. London. And he was super nice and he listened to me and I told him how I was feeling. And he was like, I'm like 99.9% sure that you have the flu. And I was like, I can't have the flu because I'm pregnant. And I just panicked, you know. And he's like, well, you're gonna be fine, but we don't have the nasal swab test thing here to test you, so I'm gonna send you over to urgent care and have it done there. So it's where I should have went in the first place, I guess, but I didn't know. So I went to the Sparrow urgent care and they did the nasal swab, which is awful. But within minutes it came back positive for influenza A. So I got Tamiflu and I started taking that day, and within just a couple of days I was feeling a lot better. So thankfully that worked for me and it was relatively quick, so I was super thankful for that. So doctor's appointments, regular baby doctor's appointments. On Wednesday, February 19th, I was 20 weeks and 1 day pregnant, and that was the full anatomy scan appointment. Ben and I went together and we told them, you know, a million times just so that they didn't make a mistake, like, we don't want to know if it's a boy or a girl. And so they were able to like tell us when to look away and to not do certain things. And we got to hear the heartbeat again and we got pictures, and the heartbeat was around 160 at that point. On Friday, March 20th, which is like a month-ish later, it was the anatomy scan part 2, because when we went in for the first part, baby was all like curly, like, you know how they're all like squished in there, and they weren't able to see all of the parts of the heart that they needed to see. So we got to go back on Friday, March 20th, and we saw all the chambers in the heart. And this one was a little bit sad because with everything going on right now, Ben couldn't go to that appointment with me, so I had to go alone, but I brought home more pictures, so it was fine, and I'll talk about that later. And at this appointment on March 20th, the baby's heartbeat was 151. Okay, let's talk about my weight. So when I got pregnant, you know, my idea about what would happen with my weight is you're just gonna gain a bunch of weight. But it's actually the opposite for me so far, and I'm more than 2/3 of the way done, which is wild. But since getting pregnant, I've lost 7 pounds. So at my first pregnancy weigh-in in November, I was 7 pounds heavier than I am now at over 6 months pregnant, which is interesting to me. But I think, and my doctor thinks too, that it is because I am making better choices with my food overall. And I mean, I'm eating some junk. I really like frozen stuff. I like popsicles and I like ice cream, and I like dairy. I drink a lot of milk and stuff, lots, like full fat milk. But because I'm making better choices overall, they think that that's contributing. Also, I'm not thin to begin with, so my body is using that extra fat for the baby, and so at this point I'm kind of like, that's cool. But I'm feeling good and I'm eating well, and the baby is measuring perfectly for where it should be, so I'm not super concerned about the weight thing. Clothing. I finally broke down and I bought some maternity clothes. Not a lot, because I know that I'm going to be in them for such a short time, but I'm at a point now where my belly, which I will show you later, my belly is big enough now where I can't wear my pre-pregnancy pants. We did go to Bye Bye Baby in Grand Rapids a few weeks back, and I bought something called a belly belt, so I can keep wearing my pre-pregnancy pants, and it like holds them closed. And I know about the hair tie trick, but the hair ties aren't strong enough, and my pants would fall down. It was terrible. So this thing, it works a lot better. And I only bought 2 pairs of maternity jeans, so I'm mostly wearing my regular pants. Okay, so overall, I'm feeling great. Like, I don't really have any health issues. My stomach is fine. I do have some heartburn at nighttime, but it's manageable with Tums, and I honestly like Tums, so I don't really mind them. I have the peppermint ones. So right now, the foods that I'm loving, I love milk and cereal. I've loved cereal I've loved cereal my whole life, so I'm really not surprised. But like the amount of cereal now that we're going through, it's a lot of cereal. It's probably more than half of what I eat, but I have a variety of cereals, so I think I'm getting what I need. I'm also really loving bananas and plums, and then I eat a lot of fruit snacks and crackers. I like Goldfish crackers, and I like saltine crackers, and I like bread. So it's a variety. But I am eating meat again, thankfully, so that's helping with protein. And I like eggs. I eat eggs a lot. I've actually eaten a lot of deviled eggs recently, probably a couple dozen total. So that's protein. But I am eating pretty healthy and getting everything that I need. Okay, so one of the most exciting parts of this whole thing was that I started to feel the baby move around week probably 22-ish. A few weeks ago, I felt these little fluttery things, and everybody had described to me what it would feel like when I'd feel it move, and I was like, I'm not sure that that's what it is. My body's doing weird stuff. I can't really tell. And then finally one day, just all of a sudden I was like, whoa, like that's not normal. And I was feeling my belly on the outside. I could feel it on the inside. It was just really, really neat. And then this past Sunday on March 23rd, we were laying in bed at about 10:30 at night, and it was just moving all over the place. And finally it was strong enough that I wasn't just feeling it on the inside of my belly. You could feel it from the outside. So Ben put his hand on my belly, and we waited, and finally it did like some kung fu karate stuff, and he was like, whoa, that's like an alien. But he felt it. So finally he was able to feel it, and that was in my 24th week that Ben was able to feel it, and that's such an amazing experience. And I'm so happy that he was able to feel it finally, because up until now everything that I've gone through has been very much like me. He can hear about it and I can talk about it, but it's not the same. So now he's actually feeling things and experiencing it, so it's kind of like starting to get like for real right now. On Saturday, March 7th, we went on an overnight mini baby moon trip to Grand Rapids. We spent one night. We stayed at the City Flats Hotel, which is super trendy. It's like a boutique hotel. It was really, really nice. I would highly recommend it if you're ever going to Grand Rapids. But we went because Ben bought us tickets to see Justin Willman live. And Justin Willman is a comedian and a magician. And if you know me, you know that I love magic. I love magic shows. I love magic comedy. I love it live. I love it on TV. I'm a sucker for magic. Like, I'm a teacher, and when magicians come to our school, I think I'm more excited than my students. Like, I'm pumped for magicians. I just think magic is so neat. And so we went and watched him live. He was at the Fountain Street Church. They had turned this church into like a theater for this performance. It was so cool. And we had balcony front row seats right in the center. It was phenomenally fun. So it was a really nice little baby moon trip. We got away just overnight. We did some shopping. We went to Bye Bye Baby. You know, we went to a couple other stores. We walked around the city, and it was really relaxing and really, really nice. Okay, I'm going to show you in just a minute a couple of the things that we have bought for the baby. We still don't have a lot. It's early, and we're not like panic buying a bunch of baby stuff. So I'm just going to show you a couple of the things that we have bought. Okay, so one of the things that I bought recently, I bought it online. I got it on Amazon after literal months of searching for the perfect one. I found the baby book that we're going to use. And this is what it looks like. And it says, hello baby, your first years, and it says the same thing on the side. And it's like a canvas, and it's tan, so it like matches the theme of the nursery and like the whole vibe we're going for with this baby. And the inside, it has this really pretty like gold binding. And for each section, there's animals. Which again fits our theme for this baby. And there's a lot of room in here for pictures. And it goes all the way up until I want to say it starts school. So then this is like all pre-school years. But it's a really, really nice book, and it had a lot of extra pages just to put our own photos in, which is important to me because I take a ton of pictures. So that was like the biggest, most exciting thing that I've gotten recently. When we went to Bye Bye Baby, we did more like research than buying. One of the things that we bought, they were on sale, are these Bright Stars Lots of Links rings. I had been talking to friends that have had kids, and I've heard so many people say, oh yeah, get these ring things because they can chew on them, they can play with them, you can use them to hook things to their carrier or their stroller. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, there's 24 in here, and I think we got it for like $6 or something. So that's one thing that we bought. And then we got this, which I know I'm not gonna need for like a hot second, but it was really cute, and it was also on sale. But it's this Frida Baby Smile Frida, the finger toothbrush. It looks like this. And I know that, you know, it says for 3+ months. So, but you use it to clean their little mouth. And it just seemed like a good idea. So we bought one of those, and that's pretty much all that we've gotten since the last update. The nursery still looks the same. We did get some pictures of these like watercolor animals that we're going to put up on the walls. I will share that in my next update if they're up by then. So that's where we're at with stuff for the baby at this point.